So the new strategy is really an evolution of the past strategy. I would say the four big headline factors are: first, we're focusing squarely on improving access to healthier diets. We want people to be able to afford healthier diets and consume healthier diets. How do we stop people or disincentivize people from consuming food that is really bad for them? Foods that are very high in added sugar, high in trans fats, and high in added salt. So these kind of foods are really bad for things like diabetes and hypertension and heart disease. So we want to encourage the good and curtail the bad. The second new feature of the strategy is really a bigger focus on environmental consequences of food choices. We know that all the climate numbers are going in the wrong direction. Biodiversity is rapidly deteriorating. It's not enough for us just to be a nutrition-first organization. The choices we make around food when we're thinking about nutrition have environmental consequences. And the third change really is around a greater focus on resilience and reaching the very poorest, most vulnerable people, those on $2 a day or less, those that are very disconnected from markets. So we are making a bigger effort to focus on two things: connecting food systems to things like social protection programs. The second part of this strand about making things more resilient and reaching the poorest is focusing more on diversity. Diversity is kind of the counterweight, it's the antidote to fragility and lack of resilience. So how can we make the types of foods consumed more diverse, where food is consumed more diverse, the types of food grown more diverse, so bring in more neglected crops, indigenous crops into production systems, into businesses and into the diet. The final thing that's really new in this strategy is really our attempt to scale up the impact of our work. We think our work is pretty impactful already, and please go to the website and have a look at the Our Impact page, and you'll find, I think, lots of inspiring and reassuring stories of impact. But to have really big impact, we need food systems that are transformed. Now, at the UN Food Systems Summit, in which GAIN played, I think, quite an important role on leading one of the action tracks, each of the countries developed a food system pathway, which is essentially a roadmap or a blueprint of how to get from where they are now to where they want to be. And in the 10 countries that we work in, we're going to do everything we can. We're going to invest our resources, invest our effort, invest our reputation, if you like, on supporting those country pathways, because we think they're intrinsic to the ability of food systems to be a big part of the solution rather than being a big part of the problem. To do that, it means engaging with the policy space. And that is challenging. Policy doesn't change quickly, and even if it does, it doesn't necessarily get implemented. Even if it does change and it does get implemented, GAIN is just one of many players involved in that policy process. So we have to be humble, we have to not overclaim any credit, and we have to be patient. And we have to be ready to take 2 steps back in order to take 3 steps forward. So it's going to be really challenging, but it's a challenge that we are up for as an organization. Most importantly, our governments are saying, we want you to do this, GAIN.